Hello everybody, Piff here. It's been a while.
I'm so sorry. I really don't have time to explain.
No, I'm just kidding. I do apologize, and maybe we could talk about it at a later time at like a live stream. But I wanted to come back with a bang, and I know you all like my zombie theory videos. I also know a lot of people are concerned about the current direction of zombies after Black Ops 3 and Shadows of Evil. If what I think is true and my theory is correct, I'm positive you'll be okay with the current direction of zombies. Now, you know, for a lot of my zombie theory videos, I make a lot of connections from Call of Duty campaign to zombies. In Black Ops 2, I tried to predict the Mob of the Dead Easter egg steps because I saw the plane, but I was actually one map off and it was for Origins. How I got those steps was either opening campaign mission in Black Ops 1, and it makes perfect sense since Origins was technically the first zombies map, so it explains why the opening mission in Black Ops 1 would be the same. There's no denying that campaign and zombies run parallel and connect. In zombies, we are just getting the pieces to the story scattered and at different times. Also, if you didn't know, Jimmy Zielinski doesn't work on zombies anymore, and it's the campaign team. And the campaign team had a heavy influence in maps like Mob of the Dead, so that would explain maps like Shadows of Evil. Now, since I am making connections to the campaign, if you haven't beat the Black Ops 3 campaign and you don't want any spoilers, I would click off this video. Also, if you don't want any potential spoilers for Black Ops 3 Zombies and how it could potentially end or future DLC, then I would click off this video as well. Now, if you are still with me, I'm assuming you are saying, make sense of the storyline in Shadows of Evil, so I'm going to get right into it. So in the campaign, the main character is a male, and we end up finding out in the end that we were basically just reliving his memories in a dream. Now, since it was his dream and he had to be in the story, it made him the villain. Now, who does that sound like in the zombie storyline? Who does everybody in the community think is the villain? Also, who has a huge impact in Black Ops 3? Shoots himself in the head in the opening cutscene in the Giant, grabs the summoning key, says, at the end of the Shadows Easter egg, it says, I cannot explain this right now, and leaves. Richtofen. I think this is Richtofen to a T. It explains what's going on. In my theory, just like in campaign and zombies, we are reliving Richtofen's memories in a dream. Now, I know you are saying, well, if it ends up all just being a dream, then it's pointless, and that's not true. Now, it would also explain the one-off maps like Shadows of Evil. This map has so many ties to another one-off map, Mob of the Dead, which once again, the campaign team created. I think I can even pinpoint the Shadows of Evil campaign mission in this game. There's a mission called Uprising, Black Ops 2 Uprising DLC. We got what map? Mob of the Dead. There's so many endless characters, ties in the story, like quotes, and some characters look kind of similar and may be related. Also, the plane, Mob of the Dead plane, flies over the top of Shadows of Evil and is also on top of the Giant. Now, I want to make a quick note before I get into my next point. Now, I know everybody keeps saying that the plane flying over top of Shadows of Evil is the Mob of the Dead plane and the one on top of the Giant, and that is correct. But I might also call it the Origins plane because, in my opinion, they are one and the same. It's just like how the characters looked way younger in Origins opposed to other maps because of the time period that they were in and things like that. And also, the opening mission and campaign, that plane that you skew the winged beast looks totally different than the plane that you shot down in Origins. And I think that explains that. And also, you know, technically Origins is the first zombies map, correct? And then the next one is Mob of the Dead. So you shoot a plane down, then in Mob of the Dead you build a plane, and then Shadows of Evil is technically the next one. You have a plane on it as well. And then we go back to the Giant, and there's a plane on it as well. So the first 4 maps, there's a plane. I don't think that's a coincidence. I think they are one and the same, essentially. But what I do think is going on is we have essentially 2 zombie storylines running parallel. So we have the campaign, which our original crew is running parallel with, and you know, some things might be different here and there, but essentially they are running parallel to the campaign. And then we also have a whole nother zombie storyline with these one-off characters that is a whole totally different storyline as well, because we have Origins, technically the first zombies map. Now the one-off character maps, we have Mob of the Dead, that's their first map. Then we have Shadows of Evil, that's technically the next map in the one-off characters. And then what's the next map for Origins? Then we have the Giant. And there's planes on all of them. So I think they are essentially one and the same. If they look different, it doesn't really matter. I have a bunch of different theories. Maybe we shot the plane down in Origins. That's how we got the pieces to build it in the other maps. You know, and due to time lapses and universes clashing, maybe, you know, it looks different here than it did there due to time periods and things like that, but essentially they are one and the same. Now there's another connection from campaign to zombies that makes this theory even more sound. So in the campaign, they kept zooming in or making something a focal point, and it was this bandana. Now the purpose of the bandana was to hopefully remind the main character or you playing, and it was supposed to be something that brings back that memory and snaps you out of that dream, or at least was supposed to be a hint towards it. Now what do we have in both Shadows of Evil and The Giant? The Origins plane. You guys know from my last video 9 months ago, now I was wrong about the game, but I have been right since Black Ops 2 about Richtofen and how he's been acting different on different maps, and that would explain, why he shoots himself in the head and all the stuff that's going on right now. So I was onto something about that way before it happened. And if you also remember, that whole theory revolved around the plane being shot down in Origins, and now it's in both Shadows of Evil and The Giant. I think we will see this plane in every map moving forward, and its main purpose is to remind us of the beginning and Origins and hopefully snap us out of this dream. So ultimately, I think we are just reliving Richtofen's memories in a dream, but it's not all pointless because we are going to relive maps and events with the original crew that we never got before and will hopefully fill holes in the zombie storyline. Doing it this way just gives the team a lot more room for creativity. They could do one-off maps like Shadows of Evil and, tie on to the Mob of the Dead story and do crazy type of maps that they couldn't do with the original crew and not mess up the storyline. There's another connection to campaign about a potential map I think the community is going to really like, but I'll save that for another video. If you guys enjoyed this theory in this video, if you can make sure to support it by dropping a like, sharing it with a worried friend, and if you're new, make sure to subscribe. This video will not be my one-off or my Shadows of Evil. I got a lot of video ideas and videos coming.
Thank you and goodbye.